Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to our live. Happy Monday. We're coming to you live from San Francisco, California. My name is Candy. I'm a mom of two, a full time employee, and a proud digital business owner.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. My name is Carla. I'm a full time employee, a mom of two, and a proud digital business owner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luisa. I'm also a mom of two, a full time employee, and a proud digital business owner.
So, welcome, guys. Thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time today. So, our topic is looking back at how far you've come. So, we live in a world that moves fast. We're always told to look ahead, to chase goals, and to work harder. And don't get me wrong, those are good things. But sometimes we need to pause and look at the journey behind us too. Think about it. A year ago, 6 months ago, or even just a few weeks back, where were you? What were you worried about? What challenges did you face? And now look at where you are. Even if you feel like you're still figuring things out, I promise you've made progress. And that progress matters. Your small wins, your quiet changes, your new habits, your mindset shifts, they all count. So today, we invite you to take a moment with us to reflect because when we look back, we can see just how much we've grown, and that can give us the strength to keep going. So the first one is you've grown stronger through challenges. So let's be honest, challenges are never fun, whether it's dealing with a tough job, financial struggles, or even personal doubts. Life throws things at us that we don't always feel ready for. So I remember when I first started my digital business, I didn't have all the answers. I have no background in online stuff. I was scared that I'd fail, scared I wasn't enough, and scared people would judge me. But I showed up anyway, nervous, unsure, but hopeful with every step I learned. Sometimes through mistakes, sometimes through support from others, but every little win built my confidence. Looking back now, I can't believe how much I've grown, not just in skills, but in courage. The old me would have never gone live, never tried something outside my comfort zone, but now I do it, not perfectly, but with more strength than before and with the help of Carla and Luisa. Challenges test us, but they also shape us. You don't get stronger when life is easy. You go stronger when you go through something hard and still choose to rise again. And if you're in the middle of something heavy right now, I want you to pause and say to yourself, this isn't the end. This is part of the process. You're not the same person you were before. You've already come so far just by continuing to try. So you faced things and kept going. That's not small, that's strength.
Yes, and the second is you've learned to balance better. So, at the beginning of any journey, especially something like starting a business or even taking on new responsibilities, it can feel like too much. So, I've seen this in my mentor and coach. She's also a full time employee, she's a mom of three, and she also runs a successful digital business. So, in the beginning, she was very overwhelmed. So, every day felt like she was being pulled in all directions. But little by little, she found her rhythm. She started learning what to prioritize. She gave herself grace on the hard days and she planned better. She stopped trying to do it all at once. And you know what? She's still here. She's still showing up for her family, her job, and her business with a lot more balance and peace. So, I mean, I think that's something that we all look up to, especially since she's our mentor and coach. So, I find a lot of strength in that because if she can do it, right, we can do it too. So, balance doesn't mean your life is always perfectly scheduled. It means you're figuring out how to make space for what matters to you most. It means learning how to say no, how to rest, and how to manage your energy. And that's a big step forward. So when we look back at how we used to feel, that was being overwhelmed, tired, or like we're just surviving every day. And compare it to how we're handling life now, we see progress. So you may not be where you want to be yet, but you're handling more with more grace. So that's growth.
Yes, and then third one is you've made time for what matters. So a friend once told me something that stuck. I used to feel like I had no time, and my days were just work, chores, and sleep. And I could relate to that. A lot of us feel that way also. Like, we're just running through life on autopilot. But through this digital business journey, I started to get my time back, not just time for tasks, but time for my kids, for rest, and for dreaming again. Making time for what matters doesn't always mean having 3 hours. Sometimes it just means becoming more aware of how you spend your time and shifting it toward what fills your heart. And I used to feel guilty if I took a break, and now I see rest as something that I deserve. And I use those moments to check in with my kids, to learn, to grow, and that change has made a big impact on my home life. And sometimes we look back, we realize we were living in survival mode, just trying to get through the day. But now we're choosing with intention. And we're saying yes to our priorities and no to distractions, and that's a huge shift. So if you've recently created more space for yourself, for your family, for learning, even if it's just a little, that's a sign of growth. So you're no longer just existing, you're starting to live again.
Yes, and then the fourth one is you've inspired others without knowing it. So I used to think no one noticed what I was doing. I'd post something about my journey and it wouldn't get many likes or comments. But then out of the blue, someone would message me and say, "Hey, I see you, you're inspiring me." And that stopped me in my tracks. It made me realize something powerful. People are always watching, not in a judgmental way, but in a hopeful way. They're watching to see what's possible. They're looking at your story and wondering if they can do it too. And your courage, even the quiet kind, speaks to them. We don't have to be perfect to be inspiring. Just showing up, being real, being honest about your ups and downs, that's enough. It shows others that growth is messy but beautiful. It tells someone out there, hey, if I can take this step, so can you. Just like what Carla said, it definitely inspired us, just watching our coach and our mentor. It really gave us that courage to take a leap of faith as well for ourselves. So when you look back and think, I haven't done much, think again. Your journey is helping someone else believe in themselves. Your growth isn't just for you, it's lighting the way for others.
Yes, and then the next is you've pushed through when it was easier to quit. So let's face it, quitting is easy. Giving up doesn't take much effort, but choosing to keep going when things are hard, that takes heart. So I mean, I had moments where I felt stuck. I felt like maybe this business, wasn't for me, or maybe my time would be better spent somewhere else. But deep down, I remembered my why, my kids, my dreams, my freedom. So there's so many occasions where I've thought about like, okay, should I keep going or not? And then if you were joining us back in our lives, a few months ago, there's this graphic of the people digging, and they were so close to the gold mine, but they quit right, like an inch right before they hit that gold mine. So that's always at the back of my head. That picture is because you never know when you're so close to hitting your goal. But if you quit, you'll never get there. And that's why I kept going, even when progress was slow, even when it felt like no one believed in me, even when I doubted myself. So that's what makes my journey powerful, not just the results, but the resilience. So if you're here right now and you're still trying, still hoping, and still learning, then you've already come so far, because so many people never even start, and some who do give up too soon. But not you, not me. We're still here. That's what matter. That matters more than you think. So when you're tempted to quit, look back, see how far you've come. Remind yourself of the days you kept going when it was tough, and those are the days that built your strength.
And then the last one is you've become someone your past self would be proud of. So I recently looked back at a photo of myself from 2 years ago. I said I was tired, lost, and just surviving. And I wouldn't have believed that I'd be where I am now. And that gave me chills because it's true for so many of us. We've changed, maybe not in big, flashy ways, but in quiet but powerful ways. And you become someone who takes action, someone who doesn't settle, and someone who's learning, growing, and dreaming again. And that version of you from the past, they would be so proud of you, of who you are becoming now. So we often forget to give ourselves credit. We think we have to wait until we make it or hit a big goal before we celebrate. But honestly, just becoming more you, more bold, more brave, more honest is worth celebrating. So take a minute to reflect. If the old you could see you now, what would they say? Diba? They'll probably say, "Thank you for not giving up on me."
Yes, so looking back at how far you've come isn't about being perfect. It's about recognizing progress, even the quiet kind. You've grown, you've changed, you've overcome. And if you keep going, your future self will thank you too. So celebrate your journey, every messy, beautiful, brave part of it, and stay grateful, stay growing, and never stop believing in what's possible. So if you're watching this and thinking, I want to look back one day and feel proud too, but I don't know where to start, maybe just send us any message. If you want to learn more about what we do as digital business owners, we'd love to share this opportunity with you guys. So just simply send any of us a message or any of your questions, and we'd love to help you get started.
Yes, and the first step to all of that is to register to any one of our websites. My website is carlaperganen.com, Luisa's is luisaenriquez.com, and Candice is theinglegacy.com. So please feel free to go to any one of these websites, register your name and your email address, and we'll send you a link to our free live webinar, which happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you can watch and you're available, please do join us at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time again, because someone is there to answer any of your questions live, and they'll give you an overview of what our digital business is. They'll tell you real life stories of people who have seen success in this business. They are moms like you. They were also struggling to make ends meet. If that's you, maybe you will relate to any one of them. They did something for their family's future. They invested in their future. You can still do your full-time job. You don't need to have any experience. They'll tell you all about our digital business. So please do feel free to join us tomorrow. And if you can't attend live, that's okay. Our replay link will be also sent to you, and you can watch it on your own free time.
So, and if today's live reminded you of how far you come, take a moment to be proud of yourself. You're already done hard things, and you're capable of doing so much more. And this digital business has helped us take that next step with more freedom, more time, and more purpose. And it can do the same for you. So if you want to know how it works, reach out to any one of us, and we'll help you get started.
Yes, so that's it for us, guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and hope to see you back here again tomorrow for another topic. Bye, guys.
All
Thank
right, thank
you.
you.